Midnight Muses back here again, doing my Boxycharm today. Got it in the mail. I only opened up the face mask because we got the Tarte face mask and I really wanted to try it, and because I'm crap at editing, I didn't want to have to put on the mask and then wait and all of that. I would have made for a very boring video. So I just tried out. We got two, so I just tried one, which I like, but it's, I don't know, my skin feels kind of weird. I actually had to put moisturizer on after I took it off because my skin got really dry from it, which it's the Luminous Dewy Skin Mask, and everyone else that I've seen use it, they're like, oh, my skin looks beautiful and moisturized, and my skin, they're like, even after adding extra moisturizer still feels kind of dry and tacky. But there are some roots in here, and for anyone who's not aware, I have a pretty bad root allergy. So I'm wondering if that's why. It's a weird allergy. Some things I really react to, some things I don't react to at all. It's the only allergy that I've had since I was a kid. So which is why I kind of mess around with it, because as I said, it's kind of trial and error, but I didn't feel any irritation on my skin the entire time I had the mask on. I will say that. I can see that I'm a little bit red. Actually quite red, but that's fine. Like, it's not like there's no pain. I don't feel any like burning sensation or anything. I think that probably just because I do have a mild allergy to certain, or no, sorry, it's not roots, it's barks in here. Because I have a mild allergy to barks, that maybe it didn't like give me the same moisture and hydration that it does to other people. I have a bad root allergy. I have a mild bark allergy. Sorry, I was mixing up. There's a couple things in here actually that I can't use at all this time, which sucks because I was really looking forward to it. Like the Briogeo leave-in hair mask. I've heard the most amazing things about this, and I just watched Kathleen Light's video where she was talking about like how this is one of her favorite products, and I know it is because I watch all her videos, and I've always wanted to try it, but I never could afford it. And so now I got it, and I was really excited to use it. And then like one of the top ingredients is shea butter. And to be quite frank, and when it comes to my hair, I don't fuss about my allergies as much, especially in terms of shampoo and conditioner, because like shampoo I wash straight out, conditioner I don't even put next to my roots, I just put it in my ends, and again I wash it out. But for a leave-in, I do have to watch my allergies because it's something you're leaving in your hair. You know, it's gonna touch my face, my neck, it could touch anywhere, and so I can't use this, unfortunately, as much as I really wanted to. Another product that I got that I cannot use is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche, which sucks because there are some Bite Beauty products that I can use and I love. Also, or possibly is, I've been using Bite since they first came out, and my allergies I haven't had for the longest time ever. They're ones that I grew into when I was in my 20s. So it could even be that I was using Bite before I had my allergies and just don't remember. It's been a very long time since I've had a Bite lipstick, but I know the Amuse Bouche is like their latest line to come out. I was so excited to try this, but again, top ingredient is shea butter, and for me, when I use that as a lipstick, it sucks. Sometimes I'll use that as like because it's really hard to get a lip balm that doesn't have shea in it, and what I'll do in that situation is I'll put it on, I'll leave it on for about 10 minutes because it literally just, it makes it almost look like I have chemical burns. But if my lips are really chapped, I put it on for a few minutes, it kind of like breaks up all that dead skin, and then I wash it, wipe it off, and use one that, you know, I can use, and then that's like essentially like using a scrub for me. But as a lipstick, obviously it's gonna look real nasty after like 10-15 minutes, so I can't use this, and I don't want to just try it on to show you the color if I know I can't use it. And there's a women's shelter that I donate to, so I would rather just add it to the hair mask and give the women a really nice treat there. But otherwise, everything else is good, but unfortunately that does only leave 2 products to test, which is I got the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. I don't know what this looks like, so I'll open that up because I'm excited. I love getting any, oh wow, that's really pretty, oh my gosh. It's all like blue and it looks like almost like peacock kind of stuff on it. I really like that. And I did check the ingredients on that. Ooh, that's very shimmery. Okay. That is really beautiful. I really like it. I'll probably use like even some of the colors as maybe a highlight, but There is not a single matte shade in here, so I will use this in conjunction with another palette, and I'm really happy that I opened it before I got to my eye makeup. And then I also have an eyeliner that's called Star Looks, yeah. And it's some kind of gemstone like thing. It has that really annoying packaging that you have to rip off, and it doesn't actually tell me what the color is. It just says Star Looks on it, but whatever. I'll try it. I'll see how it goes. Oh my gosh, that packaging that really doesn't like to open. It's like literally peeling off like a tiny little bit at a time. There we go. Okay. So, oh, again, not what I was expecting. It also looks like it's broken. It's totally broken. It's really, really broken. And really, really sheer. Let me see if I can get a nice big swatch on my hand here. If you can see that. It's kind of like a weird pinky nude that's extremely sparkly. Is this... Yeah, it says eye pencil, but I would never use that on my eyes. Like, I don't know what I would use that for. I mean, I don't put glitter in my waterline ever because then it can get into my eyes and I have crazy sensitive eyes. Okay. I mean, it's pretty. Like, even when you rub it out, like, you get this, like, nice kind of, like, sheen. Oh, you can barely see that. In person, you can, like, it looks really shimmery and really pretty. I will say that. I just don't know what I would use it for. So I'm just gonna basically get ready, and I will use the products that I have to get ready. Otherwise, I'm like, the other products I'm gonna use are just my usual everyday stuff, so I'm not gonna really talk about those because everybody knows about those already, and it's essentially the same stuff that when I did my like kind of favorites video of 2018, I used those. And I'm just gonna use the mirror from the Tarte palette because that is a really pretty palette. But yeah, so I know I didn't post any more last week, but as I did say, I'm going through a pretty intense family crisis at the moment, and as I said, my schedule will either be more than usual or less than usual. It really just depends on how my days go. But Sean is back to work this week, so hopefully I'll be able to do a couple of catch-up videos. And wow, my skin looks really dry. I don't know. I really think that mask is not for me. Maybe I'll pass on the other one to somebody else to see if it works better for them. But my skin is feeling dry, and it is so moisturized, so it's really weird that it feels so dry. I actually think instead of using my usual foundation, I think I might just go and use my BB cream that I used all summer. I think, do I have my pale shade? Yes, I do. I have my pale shade of my BB cream, so I'm just going to use that. It's just the NYX BB cream, which is kind of like my ride or die. It is still a little bit dark for me in the winter, their lightest shade, but it's alright. That's fine. Always use a little bit of a lighter powder or something to make up for it. I need a little bit more illumination in my skin. And while I do really like that Maybelline Stay All Day, it is a very matte foundation. Even when I mix it, it's very matte. So I would rather just stick with something that I know that my skin really likes. And it's not too bad. It's just, I think it's not so much that it's too pale, so much as that the NYX BB creams, they all have a bit like of a goldeny yellow tone to them, because, you know, BB creams are generally what people use in the summer, when you usually have a little bit of a tan. And I have very, very yellow skin in the summer, but I have extremely cool skin in the winter. And I find that if I use a yellow toned product that matches my skin color, it kind of makes me look super, super ghosty. And weirdly enough, if I use a paler color, but that's cream, I look just more normal and healthy. But yeah, okay. I still look a little dry, but it's not insane. And I'm sorry that the camera's kind of sitting at a weird angle today. It's the best way that I could get it to stay without falling over. I'm going to use my usual concealer because, you know, I can't go without my ColourPop concealer. Just a little bit of highlight. Not going to go too crazy today. mainly because I don't really have, well, I have a lot that I have to do today, but it's like not like going out stuff. I have a lot of like organizing and packing, and ended up getting a really, really nasty migraine on Sunday. I was going to drive Sean back home with like all of his Christmas presents and everything because he hasn't been home since Christmas, but I got a nasty migraine and ended up having to stay locked away in my room in the darkness and no sound and all of that, and it took me out for most of yesterday too, so I have to pack up all that today, put it in the car, and then drop it off later, which is fine. I'm also going to use my Nude by Nature powder today as opposed to the Pretty Vulgar one, again, just because I want to be as moisturized as possible today. I don't think I could use this as a bronzer. It's like way too shimmery to get away with as a bronzer, as pretty as it is. It's just, yeah, like they're so pretty, but they're so sparkly. I've never seen a palette like that. This must be one of their older palettes, maybe revamped or something, because I've never seen this top before, but I know the Rainforest of the Sea is not a new palette to them. Yeah, it's all shimmer. I can't get over the fact that this palette is all shimmer, and I haven't seen an eyeshadow palette like that since, I think, like the original like Kat Von D palettes, like from way back when I was like in my like maybe late teens, early 20s. I think she came out when I was in my late teens, and I've been using her products since like day one, and that's the last time I remember getting an all shimmer palette, unless you include like the ones that you get from like Walmart. Sometimes those hard candy ones are all shimmers, but it's so weird because it's like you need mattes to make it work so that you look, you know, properly like contoured, and it makes for better blending when you can blend out mattes, and then you can use a shimmer as like your pop of color. And I don't know, I'm just thrown off by it. Sorry that I keep going on about the shimmery eyeshadow palette. They are pretty. I really don't understand why they're all shimmery. It's weirding me out. I'm gonna keep using my Laura Geller blush. I know I said I wasn't gonna say with what products I'm using. It's a habit. I've gotten used to telling you what I'm using, and I think because like I was planning on using more products, is usually, you know, with my Boxycharm, that's probably my favorite box to unbox, and I like to have a whole nice video, but not today. So as I said, I am gonna try and use one of these for highlight. I think I might dip between these two guys here because they look nice. Let's see. Well, that's pretty actually. I'm gonna go a little bit more into the paler one because I like to have a nice frosty highlight, and then I'll use. That's pretty. It's not bad. It's a little bit more subtle than I usually go for, to be honest, because we all know that I like to be blinding with my highlight, but I do still quite like it. It is soft but pretty, and it's definitely there. So I can't say it's not there. It's definitely there. It's very pretty. What I might do just to add a little bit more kind of bling to my cheeks is get this IBY one that I got in my Ipsy. Sorry, can't see it. IBY. That I've been really enjoying, and just do it along the top just to have a little bit of extra glow. There we go. That feels more like me. All right, so let's jump into these shadows. I'm gonna mix it with my Zodiac palette because it's always the first thing in front of me. It's what I use for everything. Why am I out of focus? Sorry. It's what I use for everything, so I'll just start with that and kind of go and blend from there. Take my Alamar brush, and I'm gonna just pop into Taurus, which is my go-to transition shade, and it's nice and warm, and it's got a mixture of warms and cools in this palette, so you can kind of take it in whatever direction you want to. So I'm just gonna pop that up into my crease and go right up under my eye as I do. I like to bring my crease out really high on top because I have endless space up here, And if I don't do that, then it makes my eyes look really, really small. And just do a tiny little dusting under my eye. I'm going a little bit lower than I usually like to, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just gotta make sure it's super blendy. Why do I have a little bit of patchiness I've never had? There we go. My face is just being weird today. So let's say that I've never had patchiness from these shadows, except for Sagittarius, which makes me sad because I really love that color, and my mom was a Sagittarius, and I love doing like little looks with, like, it's that purple one at the bottom. I absolutely love it in terms of the color, but it is by far the worst shade in the palette. It doesn't blend very well. It's patchy. It doesn't work super great, which makes me sad because I love ColourPop so much. ColourPop is probably my favorite affordable brand, or well, just really one of my favorite brands. Between them and NYX, I will say I think I actually like ColourPop more than I like NYX, just because what I found with ColourPop is just more consistency. Like, I have a lot of NYX products because, well, first of all, they're a lot easier to get my hands on in Canada, because, you know, in the States, well, now anyway, we started selling NYX in Canada about like 2-3 years ago now. So like, I can get NYX really easily up here, and with they don't really charge much of an exchange rate. Like, they do, but they don't charge extra. What you something that I believe I've talked about, but if I haven't, then I'll just remind or say again, or say for the first time. Usually what's something that's super annoying about living in Canada is they upcharge the makeup so much. It's kind of insane. Just gonna grab a clean brush. It's just a packing brush. I don't know what's on it. From BH Cosmetics. I love these. It's like the little like marbly, the little like marble design. They're like the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I love them so much. I think I'm gonna take the darkest shade and put that on the outside, and then kind of just go around the wheel to lighter shades and bring it in on with the other side of the brush. But yeah, but what I was saying is, in the States, you look at the makeup prices and you're like, oh, that's not bad, and like you like put in like what the exchange rate would be, and it's like, yeah, that's not so bad. And then like you go to Sephora here and you check it out and it's like $40 more. You're like, what the hell? Like, everyone complains about how expensive the Urban Decay Naked palettes are, because they're like $40 or $45 in the States. I don't know what they are. They're literally $75 here. Like, that's not an exchange rate. That's just raping people of their money. And I don't like it. So it's very difficult sometimes to get my hands on makeup, which is why I have so much affordable makeup and I don't have as much expensive makeup, because it is so much more expensive to get it here. I'm gonna go into this one here. There's no names on any of these, so it's just this kind of one. The one beside it is like super gold. I want something a little bit more champagne for my inner lid. And I'm not even like using a setting spray or anything. These are just like really pretty and really foiled. I feel like if I wanted to go super foiled, a little bit of setting spray would do that. So as much as I'm annoyed that it's a totally shimmery palette, I can't say that I'm disappointed. They're super buttery. They're going on really nice. I do quite like them. But yeah, no, that's one of the most annoying parts about Canada. So I always like save up my makeup shopping for when I go to the States. And then I'll pick up a ton of stuff because it's the only time that I can afford to. But I'm not paying the crazy exchange rate, which I really wish wasn't such a problem. I don't know why people gotta do that. But I love ColourPop, and I buy ColourPop whenever they do their sales. I found they do them like a couple times a year, or they'll have like an influencer favorite sale or something, and I always buy my products then. I'll use a little bit of this Starlux pencil. Honestly, I don't think you're gonna see it because it's so pale, and as I said, I don't put shimmer in my waterline, so I'll just put a little bit underneath and see if it does. Nope, it's not doing anything. Honestly, I'm not surprised, because when I was doing it on my hand, it's very firm. Like, as you can see, like I'm starting to have to really push in to get a little bit of color. It's not very pigmented. It's very hard, and mine's pretty broken as well. So that was a total dud there. Let me just grab my eyeliner, do a little bit of liner, do a little bit of mascara, throw on my brows, and just give my overall thoughts on the box, which, you know, I'll try not to be negative. It's hard, and I mean, I get it. I have allergies, that's my problem. So I'm not going to include that in terms of how I feel about the box, because they don't know about my allergies, and like no makeup subscription asks you about allergies. Like, I think on my Ipsy it asked if I have sensitive skin, but not if it's reactive or anything. And like they actually ask you profile questions, which really and truly I don't know if they go very far, because I don't know how many times I've reviewed an Ipsy product and like been like, oh, I love this brand, I love the quality of this, but there's nothing in the world that I hate more than the color pink. Please don't give me any pink products. You know, and when I ask you what you like and what you don't like, it's like my biggest thing is that I always say I hate anything pink. I'm just not that girl. I've never liked pink. Even when I was a kid, my favorite colors were blue and red because they make purple. I'm not a pink person. That's it. I always get pink, and it's like, why? Like, all I do is, in every review where I've ever gotten any pink product ever, it's always been, I hate pink. Please don't give this to me. Next month, neon pink nail polish. Following month, neon pink lipstick. It's just, I don't know. But anyways, we're not talking about Ipsy today. Today we're talking about Boxycharm. And as I said, it sucks that I can't use half my box because of my allergies. So, but I'm not going to make that a point against them, because it's not their fault. And even though there is a little bit of pink in the lipstick that I got from them, but as I said, they don't have a questionnaire. I kind of wish they did, where you could kind of be like, oh, this is my skin tone or whatever, because I forget who it was. I was watching someone's Boxycharm unboxing last night, and there was a universal brow product in there, and it's like, well, people have so many different colors of hair. How can you have a universal brow product? There's no such thing. And subscription boxes that don't give you a questionnaire really shouldn't include like things for brows, because, you know, chances are it's only going to work on half the people that you give it to. And I gotta say, I kind of really agree with my hair color changes all the time. When my hair is essentially anything other than red, I do tend to give myself brown eyebrows just because it's easier. But it doesn't, even when I'm doing the brown, I'll do a brown that matches whatever I have going on with my hair, and it doesn't always work out with the universal brows, because I have very, very light brows, as you can see, because I don't have dark hair. I have like I have weird hair. It changes color. This time of year my hair is like more auburn, but in the summer my hair is blonde, so it's like I don't have dark eyebrows ever, which is one of the hilarious things, because I love having black hair, but whenever I dye my hair black, it looks so weird when it starts to grow up, because one, for anyone else who dyes their hair black with lighter hair, you look like you have bald patches when your roots start coming in, and two, I really look like I have no eyebrows at all, and I barely have any to begin with. So I always have to make sure that they're drawn in, or I look really strange and kind of like an alien. And I mean, I know that's some people's vibe, but it's not my vibe. But, so yeah, still liking this whole filling them in with my auburn color and then running them over with a brown brow gel, and that works for me. And I do use a darker brow gel than I probably should, but I like the way that it looks. Because there's no red products for brows unless you use the Kat Von D. And my thing with her is, I'm not going to throw out the products that I already own, because that's wasteful, but I'm not going to repurchase anymore. And as she's the only person that I know that has an actual red brow product, I'm kind of screwed there. Cause yeah, I just can't. I don't really want to talk about it, because I do feel very strongly about it, and I know everyone has a right to their own opinion and to feel their own kind of way, but I I can't support somebody who doesn't believe in vaccinating children, because that's just so wrong. And I have so many friends in the health industry that have seen what's happened because of that, and it's disgusting that people don't. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of a gloss today because I need to eat and I don't want to have to take off lipstick to put it back on. Just a little hollow gloss, which isn't holographic, it's just shimmery, but it's pretty. And I'll put a proper lipstick on later. But anyway, so my final thoughts, which I keep jumping back and forth to with my Boxycharm, is I do like this palette. I do wish that there were some matte shades so that it could be used just by itself, because the formula is so nice. And from what I've seen other people doing with it, it's the matte shades are also really nice. They're very creamy, they're very buttery. So I really enjoy this. But sadly, it's the only thing that I get to enjoy from this box, because as I said, this mask is really cool, but definitely not working with my skin, so I got to pass that on. So that was a no for me. And then I'm very allergic to 2 of the products that I got, so I can't even try them. And that eyeliner was a total dud. I do still think the box was worth it just for this, because to get this here would cost more than what I pay for the box, even with the inflated price, because in Canada, Boxycharm is $34, not $21. So it is still worth it, even just to get this one piece. I really wish there were some mattes in there so I could do a full look with it and not have to mix it with another palette. But I will say, of all the Boxycharms that I've gotten, this is by far the one that I am the most disappointed with. I think I'd be a lot happier if I could use a lipstick and the hair conditioner, because I've always wanted to try that hair conditioner. And that's the thing that sucks the most about having allergies, is you get really excited for something and you get disappointed all the time. But that's okay. As I said, that's not their fault. I'm not going to hold it against them. It just sucks that I can really only get use out of one product. It's okay. It's what donations are for. I've gotten very good at not holding on to things that I can't use and that I don't need. But I will try and film again this week. This is a little bit of a slower week for me in terms of what I have to do. I still have a ton of appointments and I have a lot of stuff going on, but I do have more kind of playtime than I have for the past, I don't know, 2-3 weeks now, about 3 weeks now. So I'll try and film again on either Thursday or Friday, depending on how my days go. But anyways, to anyone that has been sticking around and watching my videos, I know there are a few of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you want to know when I'm uploading, just hit that subscribe button and please give me a like. It'd be really nice. Anyways, but yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you again later in the week. All right, bye.